As every service, we stop to remember those of our congregation in need of being blessed with healing. Mi sheberach, mi meaning who, sheberach, to be blessed. Those in need, whether it be physical, spiritual, or emotional healing, they need our prayers. They do work. Tonight we remember those on our list: Barbara Abramowitz, Ruth Benson, Henrietta Dalkey, Lee Feldman, Helen Heller, Len Heller, Harry Jackson, Sandu Kreuter, Evie Morabito, Joe Morabito, Joel Rosenberg, Ethel Rolnick, Mario Steisel, and as always, if there are other names, please feel free.
Mario Sias, Marty Phelps, Joe Green, David Cass,
Roz Kurzweil, Nadine Wenzel, Ryan Davis, Russell Stolten, Rex Lynn, George Walsh, Stephen Jacob Lang,
Guy Hoover, Farrah Cox,
Susan Long,
Jay Burson, Sherry Burson, and Ruth Van Lefson.
Yehudi Bar-Leah,
May
week, there is so much to speak about. You can relax. I'm not even going to start. I'm going to name off, though, at least 3 things that happened in this Torah portion, each of which you're going to go, oh, I've heard of that one. It's remarkable. The first is an oddity. An oddity. The sacrifice of the red heifer. For 1,000 years, almost 2,000, they've tried to figure out why. Has to be a perfect red heifer. It can never have been touched. Has to be perfectly red. And then you take it outside of the encampment and kill it. You sacrifice it. They never clarify why it has to be red. It is one of the mysteries of the Torah that continues to be a mystery. This one is such a mystery, even Larry Geltman doesn't know what it is. He might tell you tomorrow morning that he knows, but if he tells you that, be aware that he in fact is just working on his Yom Kippur list. It's a mystery. We really just don't know. But that's only one piece of this week's Torah portion. Oh my God. Miriam, the sister of Moses and Aaron, dies. She passes. And for some reason, there's no discussion in the Torah about a period of mourning. There's no discussion of what happens. It just says, she died. That was how most of the Torah dealt with women. Even Miriam, an extraordinary woman and role model. You then have the part with Moses and the stick, because they needed water. And God said, go talk to the rock, it'll be nice to you. And they went, and in front of the people, he took the stick, his walking cane, hits the rock, water blows forth and saves not only the people but the animals, and secures the fact that Moses can lead to the line of the promised land. But he will never cross into the promised land. Why? Because God said, speak to the rock. God did not say, beat it with a stick. God said, speak to it. And it was for that lack of belief, that lack of acceptance, that precludes Moses from putting one foot into the promised land. And at the end of Deuteronomy, I will tell you this story that is one of my favorite stories from the Torah about the death of Moses, but I'm not going to tell you now. So you'll have to stay on the edge of your seats till the end of Deuteronomy, which is October. Okay. There's also the death of Aaron. Good Lord, how much stuff can you shove into 1 week's Torah portion? And it says, at the death of Aaron, the people mourned for 30 days. Becomes another challenge. The issue of mourning and observance, and how come you did it for Aaron and you didn't do it for Miriam? And they've made up all kinds of stories. The best one is, that's how they used to do it, which is meaningless. It is one of the moments of Torah which I then stand here and say, I don't have to accept every second and every word. Why? Because if you believe the Torah was God delivered, God wrote it and handed it to Moses, we have to have another conversation. But if that is your premise, then God left all those pieces of the puzzle out because God did not want us to know. The issue of Torah is, if you have all the answers, you stop coming back. Why do we read the Torah over and over every year in a complete Ma'agal Choser, a circle with no end? And as you know, again, on Simchas Torah, Miriam Castle will be over there reading the very end of Deuteronomy, and then I'm going to hobble over to the beginning of Bereshit, holding on to the last word of Deuteronomy, and then starting the first word of Bereshit, because it says the reading of Torah never stops. And so I take that kind of literally. You finish Deuteronomy, you hold that word, you run over here and you start Bereshit, because it's Ma'agal Choser, it's a circle, an unbroken circle with no end. So, if you accept the fact that God handed it to Moses, then God didn't necessarily want us to know why. It just wasn't explained. Doesn't mean it didn't do anything, it didn't explain it. Didn't explain the red heifer. We're not supposed to have all of the answers. If we have all of the answers, we no longer have questions. We are people of the book. We read a book over and over and over. It is like your favorite novel that you read every couple of years and you go, wow, I didn't remember that. Wow. It feels different this year. The Torah is not meant to be every answer. What it is meant to provide ongoing question, ongoing dialogue. Why? Because it keeps us coming back to the Torah to dig deeper. One of my professors at Hebrew Union College said, oh yeah, big deal, you can chant the Torah all day long. But the issue is, once you know not all the black of the letters, but the white in between, then you can say, I know it all. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. I'm Lydia Bauman, a member of your temple board. I'd like to welcome all our guests here tonight and wish a happy birthday and a happy anniversary to everyone celebrating. A special happy birthday to Arlene and Ronnie, who are here this evening. Tonight's Own Aid is being sponsored by Ray and Ronnie in honor of her birthday. There will be a Sunday bingo on July 14th at 2 o'clock. Please make a note that services on Friday, July 26th will be held at ACOC Celebration Center, located in Tradition, at 7 o'clock. There will be no service here at the temple. Excuse me. There will be a trivia night on July 27th at 7:30. Please join us for what is always a good time. The cost is $15 and refreshments will be served. On August 11th, there will be an open house for prospective new members and registration for our religious school. That starts at 7 p.m. We are planning another meal and a movie in late August. Look for our flyers with more information. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
As we move to conclude our service, to open the ark, we call on Ronnie and Ray. Shakarim Umodim, Lifnei Mazei Amatim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, She'amunot Hashemayim Yosef Haaretz, Moshav Yikaro B'Shamayim Imahal, Ushkina Tuzo, B'Kavei Kiromim, Eloheinu, Eimod, Efes Ameinu, Efes Urato, Hakatu B'Torato, V'yadatayon, V'ashivotan El V'vamecha, Ki Adonai Hu HaElohim, B'Shamayim Imahal, V'haaretz Michatat Einod. V'ne'emar v'haya Adonai l'melech al haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo standing as we think of loved ones whose death has recently taken from us. We mention the name of longtime member and dear Shabbat morning regular, Millie Esterson. We also recognize those who have departed in years past as we recognize the yahrzeits this weekend of Vega Artman, Sylvia Bart, Dora Block, Kathleen Cohen, Ethel Fuller, Larry Heller, Bertha Kahn, Philip Cantor, Marilyn Klein, Rosalie Latterman, Nathan Leibowitz, Spencer Levin, Sophie Levine, Samuel Mintz, Morris Pivnik, Milton Rodberg, Carl Segal, Dora Perlstein Silverstein, Minnie Kat Simon, Robert Abraham Singer, John W. Stack, Michael H. Stein, Robert Steiner, Faye Kellis, Gene Weber, Robert Weinshank, Max L. Werner, Ida Weiner. We also remember all those taken by the hands of the oppressor, including over 1.5 million children for whom we are responsible to recite Kaddish. Yet May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say, Amen. Bless our lives. Go forward on this Shabbat, never forgetting to ask another question, to dig just a little bit deeper, deep to find the truth, not the convenient truth, but God's truth. One too far. Voila. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Shabbat Shalom.